ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's program of Budget in Focus. I am Kippany Jordan, Public Relations Officer with the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. Today we are honored to have two guests with us. The Honorable Minister within the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, Anand Persaud, and Member of Parliament, Alister Charlie, who will share with us their plans to spearhead the government's allocated budgetary allocations to the regions and the country as a whole. So without further ado, let me hand you over to the two ministers, the two members of parliament, the Honorable Minister and MP, who brings with them a wealth of experience with the Guyanese population at the grassroots level. So before we go further, I would like to go ahead and start asking you some questions so that we would be able to find out what really we're going to be doing with the money for local government. All right, so we'll start with Minister Anand Persaud. Minister, can you give us a quick overview of how exactly communities are going to benefit from this year's budget?
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Moderator. And good evening, good afternoon, good morning to our viewers and listeners across this beautiful land of ours we call Guyana. This 2024 national budget is meticulously and strategically designed to bring prosperity to every citizen in all 10 regions of this country. Guyanese will continue to witness an unprecedented economic growth in every sector in a rapidly transformed new and modern Guyana. This PPP government has demonstrated its vision and leadership in ensuring a plan of action to attract private investment, improve infrastructure and social services, provide and improve the lives of the Guyanese people. The local government sector will see $103 billion injected into the ministry across the 10 regions in 2024. Guyanese will witness the continued transformation and strengthening of the 80 local government organs with increased subventions.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing that information. So from the regional aspect, Mr. Charlie, can you give us a little bit of info on how we plan to spend that money?
Well, from the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development's perspective in terms of the budgetary allocation, the ministry plans to undertake major projects that would enhance the lives and livelihood of the citizens across the 10 administrative regions. I will just give you some of the major projects that will be undertaken in 2024. Region 1, construction of 3 bridges from Wanaina to Wauna, construction of bridge and timber revetment at Burema End, Access Road, rehabilitation of Moraika Bay Road. Electrical grid at Rincon in Maruka, construction of health hut at Tobago, Bamboo, Aranca, Eyelash Triangle, and Wanakai, construction of living quarters at Mabruma Hospital. We also have in Region 2, rehabilitation of Boat House at Charity, upgrading of Access Dam at Devonshire Castle, phase. Upgrading of Muscle Street, Joanna Cecilia, Barberman Street, Henrietta, construction of Farmers Wharf at Charity, construction of new schools at Mainstay, Lake Primary and Tapakuma Lake Nursery, and rehabilitation of Oscar Joseph District Hospital in Charity. In Region 3, we have construction of revetment at Hague and Kingston Coker, Leg 1, construction of RC Bridge at Hague, rehabilitation of bridge at Schoonhoven and Carrier. In Region 4, construction of revetment at Mahaika and Enmore, construction of timber sluice door at Boxton, construction of bridges at 2nd Cross Street, Mahaica, construction of bridge at LBI Primary, extension of Yarrow Cabra Nursery, extension of the northern wing of a 2-story building at Annandale Secondary School, construction of nursery school at Fowles, extension of pharmacy and dressing room at Melanie Health Center, and remodel of building at Enterprise to create ultrasound rooms and waiting area. Region 5, construction of Farm to Market Road along the Hope Branch Road, upgrading of 3rd Cross Street at Hope, James Street, Hope Town, Middle Walk, and Drain Armdale. Construction of a single flat building at Hope Town, practical industrial center, construction of a resource center at Fort Wellington. Major rehabilitation will be done at Rosignol Primary School extension to number 8 Secondary School in Region 6. We will see the extension of the Amerindian Hostel at Stanley Town, rehabilitation of Mibikuri Cattle Bridge, construction of a library at Siparuta Primary, construction of an information technology room at Oriella Primary, rehab of Lakaba Primary, and 130-seater bus for Blackbush. Construction of medics quarters at Pectanca Health Center, and the purchase of an ambulance. In Region 7, one of our hinterland regions, we will see the construction and installation of a fuel storage system, completion of the road at Hydebarabo Hill in Bartica, construction of bridges at Cartabo Access Road, construction of drainage defense in Batavia and by the Rabo, extension of rehab of Wallaking Primary, construction of female dormitory at DC Caesar Secondary School in Warramadong, construction of teachers' quarters at 72 miles, 2 water systems at Kako and St. Martin Isano. Region 8, again, one of our hinterland regions. We will see the construction of staff quarters at Keto, construction of primary school at Corribong and Red Creek, Keto, Penac, Canapang, construction of teachers' quarters at Corribong, Potaro, Penac, Canapang, and Red Creek. Keto, construction of secondary school, Monkey Mountain. In Region 9, that's the region I'm from, construction of concrete and wooden bridges at Baitoon, construction of a section of Oweta Road with asphaltic concrete in North Rupununi, provision of water network at Paipang in South Pacaraimos, also Tiger Pond, upgrading of Shulinab health facilities in South Central and Ishalton District Hospital in Deep South, and also the purchase of an ambulance for Ishalton. To conclude, Kippeney, Region 10, the ministry will undertake the rehabilitation of bridge at Dalawala, rehab of creek roads at South Amelia's Ward, Lewis Street, West Rock, and upgrading of roads at the Community Center Road, Central Amelia's Ward. Success Avenue, Linden, upgrade of Well Road at South Amelia's Ward, Phase 2, Redwood Crescent, upgrade of drainage system at and associated structures at Sharon George Road, Purple Heart Street, Mackenzie and Planker Road, Wismer, that's in the Wismer area. Provision of communal pasture at Aichuni and Kokwani, and provision of a cassava processing facility outfitted with solar systems for Rockstone. And this is just some of the major projects the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development will be undertaking across the 10 administrative regions of Guyana.
Excellent. Thank you, MP Charlie, for sharing that information with us. That definitely gives a scope of what the Guyanese people are to expect in communities across our country.
Most definitely.
Especially since you've highlighted the major projects that are expected to be rolled out for 2024. All right, so this question is directed for you, Minister Persaud. Looking back at where the ministry started in 2020, right? how do you see this tangibility translating into thriving communities and an improved quality of life for all?
Kipney, just let me say to you and the viewers, the reason why I worked with my parliamentary colleague, Charlie, because some of those names of villages in the hinterland, I would have made a disaster out of it, especially with the pronunciation. So thank you very much, Charlie.
You're always welcome, Minister.
The PPPC government left office in 2015 with solid evidence of being the most successful government at the time, with solid economic plans and projects. The PPPC government won the 2020 general and regional elections after a massive failure and mismanagement of the APNU AFC-led government. The country regressed into a state of hopelessness, and the gains made prior to 2015 disappeared after the APNU AFC imposed bad policies, incompetence, and corruption on the Guyanese populace. For 2020, it was simply a rebuilding process for each and every sector across the country. Every national budget since 2020 was carefully and strategically crafted to deliver prosperity to every citizen in the 10 administrative regions of Guyana. Guyanese saw hope restored to this country, and every citizen has witnessed unprecedented economic growth in every sector, in a rapidly transformed new and modern Guyana. This PPPC government has demonstrated its vision and leadership in ensuring a plan of action to attract private investment, improving infrastructure and social services, and providing opportunities and improving the lives of all Guyanese through the creation of jobs and the creation of opportunities for all to grow and enjoy a comfortable life personally.
Great. That will definitely bring us to the next question. I know the ministry has been administering the 10-day worker program. Based on your projections, how many persons are likely to benefit this year, and at what cost?
I know the ministry, well, when I say the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has been administering the 10-day program, which is being rolled out as a Partway program, based on your projections. Well, not your projections, but last year, 2023, we saw in excess of 15,000 persons across this country benefiting from that grant. I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, $10 billion put aside for in 2024. So you will see a massive rollout once again throughout the length and breadth of Guyana regarding the Pathway workers, which are basically for entrepreneurs, the vulnerable, and so that program will continue.
All right, just a side note. Would you be able to say that, for the part-time, the Pathway workers program, right? Many persons know it as a 10-day worker program. Can you say if the regions will continuously support registration, or they'd have to come directly to our agency to get some assistance there?
We gather our information, and we never did from the ministry perspective, but from a regional perspective, whereby they go out there, they do the groundwork, they submit names to us, we randomly recheck in all the regions to ensure that there is no duplication and those who have gotten other grants do not fall into the Partway workers. We want to ensure that it is spread widely across Guyana, in every community, in every region.
All right, thank you very much for that, Minister Anand. We have seen the advancement in construction and rehabilitation of several markets, namely Lenora, Parika, and other markets along the Region 3 belt, right? So, according to the budget, some money will be expended in completing some of those projects. So, can you tell us about what is happening at Caribbean, Kamaka, and Suddy Market, what is in the budget?
Yeah,
for
so
those markets?
Kippenny, I need to go a bit further and to say that this year the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has outlined a significant progressive plan for the construction and rehabilitation of several markets. A budget of $1.3 billion is allocated for the completion and rehabilitation of markets, including Hydroni, Leonora, Charity, Monrepo, Kumaka, and Suddy. This initiative is part of the government's effort to improve the selling environment for vendors. This catalyzes economic growth. Unfortunately, in 2023, the Parika, Charity, and a part of Caribbean markets were ravaged by fires. As a result, the government began the reconstruction of new facilities at Parika and Charity. Furthermore, the Suddy and Kumaka markets are slated for complete rehabilitation works this year. The works include the extension of wall height to allow for proper airflow into the facility and roof. The rehabilitation also of stalls, sanitary facilities will be taken care of. Overall, the entire structure of those markets.
All right. So, going further into the enhancement of communities, right? The First Lady's Green Space Project has been adding to the aesthetics and open spaces and has transformed the face of many communities. To what extent can you see her collaboration with the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development continuing, and can you say on which projects?
Yeah, okay. Guyana's First Lady, Aria Ali, has initiated projects to develop multipurpose parks in Regions 3 as part of the National Beautification Project led by her office. This particular park is located at Tushin on the east bank of Essequibo and is aimed at enhancing community spaces and providing residents with recreational and sporting facilities. The park will feature a range of amenities, including children's play areas, multipurpose courts, conference halls, libraries, computer centers, training rooms, cafeterias, and washrooms. Additionally, they will offer Wi-Fi benches. You will have adequate amount of lighting, water fountains, lighted fountains also, garbage receptacles, and these facilities are designed to be inclusive, catering for the needs of children, women, the elderly, and persons with disabilities.
Nice.
The creation of this facility aligns with the government's broader vision of development and strengthen village economies by providing safe recreational spaces. These parks are also expected to offer not only leisure opportunities, but also avenues for skill training and potential economic benefits for the residents. If I may add, in 2023, 2022, a few of these green spaces were developed. Corriverton, I think Windsor Forest on the west coast, right here, the seawalls, you saw that development, the railway embankment on Lamaha Street. We will also start some development in Diamond,
Oh, excellent.
right, this year.
Lovely. So thank you very much for sharing all of that. I for sure look forward to seeing and enjoying those green spaces, those enhanced green spaces. Right. I think recreational activities with family is something that really builds a bond, and it really promotes our initiative of promoting the One Guyana initiative that the president has ensured that all Guyanese should get involved in. All right, so lastly, the government has made significant strides in the area of sanitation. What is the current situation at the landfills across the country, and what improvements will be seen in the coming months?
So, I will not hide behind the screen. Garbage is a huge issue in Guyana. And we at the local government ministry very shortly will come up with a comprehensive plan. And this plan includes the education of starting from the schools into the homes of the proper disposal of garbage. The wanton dumping of garbage on the roadside, in alleyways, on parapets. You will see wardens patrolling certain areas, taking photographs of persons, and then get the municipalities, the NDCs involved, along with the police, to ensure that these people are charged, placed before the courts. Hopefully, that will start the process of people realizing that they must have a garbage bag in their car or some receptacle. If you're on the road, you're walking, dispose of your chicken box or plastic bottle in the allotted bin along the streets. If not, you're going to bear the consequences. But you will see this year the development of quite a number of landfill sites in Region 6 and Region 5, all across the length and breadth of Guyana. You will see improved facilities at 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄𝐓, which basically caters for Georgetown and its environs. Some of those works have already started, but the completion will take place by the half of 2024. And here again, I want to urge our citizens to please adhere to rules and dispose of your garbage responsibly. This country is moving at a very fast pace, and we need to let our visitors, when they come to Guyana, understand that we are a decent people. We have our roads clean, we have our parapets clean, we have proper drainage, not the blocking of alleyways and gutters. So I want to implore the Guyanese people to rethink, especially when you're disposing of your garbage. Dispose of it responsibly in the proper and right manner.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing that information, and definitely calling the Guyanese public to action and encouraging them to understand that we all have an obligation, really, to cleanliness, tidiness, and that, you know, local government doing its work also needs the assistance of the Guyanese population to roll out our plans effectively. All right, Minister. Thank you very much, Minister Anand and MP Alister, for coming and joining us today. Your comments definitely has highlighted the crucial works that is going to be rolled out under the local government and regional development projects for this year, for 2024, according to our budgetary allocations. And I would like to thank you very much for being here with us.
Yeah, well, thank you, Kipini, for inviting us on this program, and to thank the people of Guyana for allowing us into their homes.
Yes. To our viewers, stay safe, stay tuned, and see you next time. Goodbye. I'm Kipini Jordan, and this was Budget in Focus.